Okay, I came back on another thing. I don't know if this is working or not, but there was some kind of problem. I hope you guys, let me see if anyone can find me here or not. It looks like or not right now. Doggone it. Um, Let me see. Hey, how you doing, Bruce? I'm glad. Hey, Redskins by Chi-Town. Oh, great, you found it. I had something went wrong with it. I don't know what it was. Hey, Kess, Marcel. Okay, is it working pretty well now? Apparently, it had some nice Max Headroom impression. Probably was. Okay. Well, man, I sorry about that. I don't know what it was. All of a sudden, my computer says, "Oh, you're something's wrong," and so should have. I don't know what happened. Let me see what this is. Oh, this is my. There, get rid of that. Hey guys. Hey Javier, how you doing, man? Caliber 3135. Anyway, well, let me see if I can continue this. This is going to be a little sort of a break in the middle, and then coming back again. But it's sort of going on. Hey, Jeffrey, how you doing, man? So I'm back too, Jeffrey. We're all back. Uh, Mark, how's it going? This is this is really weird. I don't know what it was. Everything seemed to be going fine. Then I get this note and says, "Oh, it's all goofed up, and so you better recharge it or something." I don't know. We've been having this crazy tree falling, limb falling weather, and so it could have been something like that. I don't know. Okay, so let's say that we were sitting down across the table from a watchmaker, and they had their marketing people there because the marketing people want to give us what we want, or at least that's what they tell us. That's what they've done. So where do we go from there? I would say I'd like something that they can make a decent amount of money off of and have some kind of affordable levels without going nuts. I mean, if the more that you spend on marketing, the more something's going to cost. Oh, you can't see me now? Hey, Lawrence, how's it going? Is there no video now, but you can hear me? It's working. Oh, okay. Now be nice, Foreman, Colossus. You remember? Okay, okay, okay. All right. Hey, Alton. Hey, Andre. Javier. Okay. All right. Today is Be Nice to Everybody Day. Um, because winter's coming. Whew, man, I went outside today and it was cold. All right, so let's kick this around some more. Um, can you explain mainspring barrels, Vacheron Constantin Patrimony 14-day has two stacked barrels unwinding together? What did you put that down there for a whole lot? Um, Probin keeps repeating, yeah. Um, Okie doke. Um, a couple Foreman, one of the things I think I can explain, I don't know if it's is they have they're basically when you have two barrels, there's two basic ways they run. One way is in parallel, and when they run in parallel, what they do is that they both are working on the same uh, main gear that runs the rest of the watch. And by having two barrels working on the same one, they reduce friction. The other one is in serial, and what did I was just um, one of my I know where it was, the Christopher Ward. The Christopher Ward movement. I think it's called the SH21. They did theirs in serial, and so one unwinds and the other one unwinds. Okay, and there's the other thing too. I thought that in running in parallel, if you just use the middle 60% of the spring, you're going to get more stability. Okay. Um, yeah, it looks like you're stuttering, Forbin. Okay. Hey, as I said, getting cold here too in Austria. Yeah, Austria'd be cold. I can imagine that. But not Australia. They're getting warm finally. Hey, Kwani, how you doing, man? Marcel, let's see. Uh, oh, thank you. All right, let's see. Too much ace. All right. Okay. Break down the cost of Jacob and Company Astronomia. Is it high horology junk? Rich buddy, it is in my opinion. The thing, Jacob the jeweler is doesn't have any background at all in watchmaking, and he has very little in jewelry making. But apparently, I guess if you put enough bling on something, there's certain people who love that stuff. I was surprised. I think in one of the categories in the Grand Prix that Jacob made it to the second level. I mean, they made it to the pre-selected. So, you know, would you rather have a watch that everyone knows, or would you rather have one to inform others about? Well, I don't know. If I had a Rolex Prince, Clyde, would I have more people tell me about it, or can I tell them about it? I don't know. It's one of those things that it doesn't matter to me. It if I want to find out about a watch, I don't know anything about it. It's a good idea to do it before I buy it. So I probably want to ask a few questions along those lines. Um, okay, let's see. But that's a good. I mean, that's a really a good point, I suppose. Okay, Jacobs and kind of are not just based on moving parts. I don't know what they're. In that's something I really don't know what Jacobs is up to. I do know that he got into he doesn't make his own movements. They did have recently, there was a contract with some Swiss movement company, I think, and that they are building them for Jacobs. But, I don't know much about that. Hi, Ed. How's it going, man? Um, let's see. Hey, Mellow near. Can you make on how to create a quartz watch? No, I can't. Let's see. I want to watch all enjoy. Yeah, me too. Like I said, this is a funny thing with me. Different people, and there's a lot of people said that. I have my Mono Retropont, and it's the only chronograph, and so I, in fact, this is pretty close to exactly what I want. Um, and they're in certain respects they're all the same. They have an hour hand, a minute hand, and a second hand, and most of the second hands are small seconds. That's the bulk of my watch collection, where possible, hand wound, and so that's definitely different strokes for different folks. If I had, oh, I'll tell you something funny that I saw. I went to an online diver shop. And I thought, okay, I'm going to find out what kind of watches real divers buy. There wasn't a single mechanical watch on the list they had. They had all of these watches that for divers. This is from a diver shop. This isn't a watch store, you know. And I really like certain divers. My favorite is a Doxa, and they have an ETA in it, so it's not a great horological thing. There's something about them I like, and I'm not even sure what that is. I also like the 50 Fathoms, in part because of the history of it. I mean, there are a lot of things like that, but um, there's it, some of those things aren't at the top of my list. They are, though. A lot of people like those kinds of things, and this is, I suppose, like it's an okay thing. Um, One thing that a lot of people really don't like. Um, hey, Milton, sorry about losing everybody that way. Um, any thoughts on Butcher? Recently picked up a Patavi calendar. You know, uh, Javier, I I really don't know too much about them. What I do know isn't good or bad. I'll put it that way. Uh, and uh, to me, when I don't know about something, that's the most fun about watch collection, is that it's an opportunity to go out and, and dig up all you can. Like, I want to find out more about that German company I just found out about today. The last few days, I found like three different new watch companies I've never heard of before. So there's always something coming along. I guess my favorite watch is a minute repeater. Now is a minute repeater. Okay. Now let me tell you about minute repeaters. They're one of the most complex watches. They're very expensive, and since they have a little gong or something in them, something to play a sound, um, they don't do me any good because my hearing is terrible. And so so I wouldn't hear it. So even though I think it's a cool watch, it's not something that would appeal to me necessarily, and that's okay. This is the other thing too, is that, people have to like a watch you have. Uh, mm, Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I mean, if you like it, who cares what they think? I mean, the same thing. Let me say something in favor of Rolex owners, okay? Guys who love Rolexes. That's just a watch. It's a watch that some people like, and that's fine. I mean, you got these Rolex haters. I mean, they really hate Rolexes, but I don't think they hate Rolexes. They don't like the ads or the marketing or one thing or the other that about Rolex. Um, it's not a watch that is ever made my list except one, and that's the Prince. And I eventually I hope I'll be able to get one. But this is something you shouldn't worry about it one way or the other. If you like Rolexes, like them, enjoy them. That's fine. If you like Tag Heuers, like them and enjoy them. I know this one guy had this collection of Tag Heuers. I swear to God, they all look the same, but they were simply they came in different color combinations, and he just loved that. So he collected all these different Tag Heuers in his color combination. To me, that's really cool. Hey, how you doing, Eric? Heard of the brand? Yeah, that was the one I just heard about today. Eric, the Neobra. Those are very cool watches. Hey, Christopher, white polar Rolex. Yeah, I like those too, and you don't have to put them in all caps. Okay, that's one reason that people hate Rolex owners. They use all caps, and everything has to be shouted. You don't have to shout. You can say Rolex as opposed to okay, let's see. You never truly own a paddock foot. You merely look after it until that's Clyde. That's I you know I that was really my first high horology watch was a Patek Philippe, and I have a Calatrava, and that thing is it's an older one. It's from 1968. It runs like a watch. The thing is smooth. It is just wonderful watch. It's a great one. And there's another one that I want by Patek Philippe, and I'll probably have to trade in my Calatrava to get it. It's a gondola that I always liked. So you have those things, and it has a shape movement. That's the big thing for me. I don't know why. I mean, when I say a shape movement, I'm usually talking about a torneau or a rectangle of some sort. Okay, let's see. What do you guys have? Um, we don't know. That's Clyde. Hey, James Scott, how you doing, man? Thoughts on Rex Heppy? His stuff is just beautiful. I mean, this guy's a real artist, I think, a real artist and a real craftsman. I saw him at the show last week, and we talked for a little while. Really a nice guy. I think he's extremely talented too. You know, that's another source. Man, Benjamin. I forgot Ben's last name right now. It'll come to me, but he was able to get a hold. There's this uh, the Independent Association of Watchmakers, and that's the thing that FP Journe and some other guys that are really good started for that kind of watchmaker. And if you look at their prices, they're crazy. I mean, they're just like whoop, way up here. But there's some guys from China in that organization who they've because of their talent. And there's one guy who has one right now that's Ben has, and I think it's like $3,000, right around that neighborhood. And they're unusual looking, but they're interesting, very interesting. Some people wouldn't like it. I looked at the style of it, not crazy about it. There's another one um, that has that this movement that Marco Lang made uh, called Urex something or other, and that's in this German watch made in Munich, and the designs of those are just blah to me. They're not very nice looking designs, and but the movement is just like compelling almost. Okay, what else you got? I just wanted to say last week I got my first luxury watch, a JLC Master Ultra Thin. I just want to share that good news. That is good news, Christopher. I like that watch. And I always say it wrong. I always say Jada Locutra, and that's not the way you pronounce it, but that's what I say. Um, I love my Gallet chronograph. Hey, Clyde, I didn't know you had a Gallet chronograph. That's very cool, and it's oval. Cool, very nice. I didn't know that. Beware of things coming out of Munich, like especially out of the beer halls. Okay, yeah, that is a cool one. All right, yeah, I think that the extent to which we as collectors can sort of share different things that we like, and you get these jerks. This is the only word I have for it, and I think I know where the origins of the whole thing was, is that all they can do is say something that is nasty as possible. It's very imitative. They use those barfy emojis. I mean, how are you ever going to learn anything that they won't look at all of the different possibilities? Like I said, I don't like that the design of the watch that they have with this out of Munich, but so what? That doesn't mean it's somebody else doesn't really think it's a nice design. The designs I like, Gondolo from Patek Philippe, they and the Prince from Rolex. Those are a couple I think are really nice, but they weren't popular. So Um, hey, Kess, let's see. Oh, I'm freezing again. Oh, rats. Well, sorry about that. Thanks for telling me though, Randy. Is it okay now? Is it goofing up again? Because I sort of went over because things were sort of split in half. That's definitions of internet troll. Yeah, NRS. Yeah, that is. I mean, I think jerk is a better name. I think there's another better name that I won't mention right now. Hey, Alton. Um, okay. All right, guys. Oh, it's okay now? Oh, all right, good. All right. Any other thoughts that you have? None? Okay. Well, that's something to think about, though. I mean, let's sort of like maybe we ought to get away from the some of the hierarchies we've set up or that the marketers have set up and learn how to enjoy a Seiko 5 while we're saving for our next big one, because I sure do. All right. Well, listen, guys. Tomorrow's I'm going to have a summary, sort of like stepping through the show that we had last week, plus a little review. Hope to see you then. Thanks for putting up with the funky streaming. So take care.